Matt Gurney from the National Post. I'm in for John Tory. Sometimes it happens and you don't look forward to it. You have lost someone close to you. They've left you their house. You plan to sell it. Maybe their estate directs how you're supposed to use it. But the problem is it's full of stuff. Maybe it's a wreck. Maybe it's dirty. Maybe it's half destroyed. Maybe it's pristine, but it's full of all their stuff. And it can be difficult after you lose someone to have to go through all their possessions, all their clothes, all the knickknacks, all of the things that made them then. Now, there is another option. I was talking about this yesterday with Jim Richards during the crossover because he'd been talking about some hoarders and contractors had to go in and try to clean out the house. And I just said, hey, it's not always hoarders. Sometimes it's just someone who's passed on and all their stuff is still sitting somewhere in a house that's now unoccupied. There is a solution, and it's a local Toronto-based business that's growing. A young man got this thing started. He's building it up. He joins me now, Josh Horowitz, president and founder of Sell My Stuff Canada. Josh, I don't mean to make it sound like you only ever kick into gear when there's a tragedy, but I think, the example is you often will go into a house that's no longer occupied. You do what it has to be, but tell us what you do. Tell us how your company does it and what kind of people actually come to you for this service.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for having me on. Basically, we're a one-stop shop. So there's many different situations. Someone can either die and the family can call us, or it can just be a simple downsize. You live in a house with 6 people, the 4 kids go off to university, and all of a sudden the 2 parents are in a big house by themselves. And they feel that they need to move to a condo or move down south. And what do? They're stuck with a full house of stuff. So they give us a call. We come in, we run a one-day sale from the house, we open it to the general public, and everything is sold that one day.
And your company, Sell My Stuff Canada, does all the planning. They do the organization, they organize the sale, they collect the money. And this is what I thought was most interesting because, Josh, I've had to do this a couple of times where, it's time to clean out the old basement. My wife and I moved into a new house. We had just tons and tons of stuff. We had to get a dumpster to throw it all into. What I loved is that you guys will come in, you'll sell it, and the person who owns the stuff actually gets a cut of the profit.
Yeah, so we come in and do everything. And we work on a commission split. So however, there's a different tier system for every different house. But we come up with a commission split with the customer. And it's basically, we send them away from the day. They come back at 2 o'clock. They're left with an empty house, and we write them a check on the spot.
Yep.
So they don't have to lift a finger. We take care of all the selling, all the moving. If there is junk removal at the end of the day, we can help them with that as well. So they literally do nothing. They get the house emptied, which is their main goal, and they're left with some money at the end of the day.
And Josh, I know you started this business yourself just a couple of years ago, and it's been growing a lot. That's obviously great. Always nice to have another Canadian success story, especially right here at home in Toronto. The good entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well at Sell My Stuff Canada. But I guess I'm just kind of interested in where are you seeing your growth? Who is coming to you, and what sort of situations are really driving your business? Is it often the estates, or is it people who are downsizing?
I'd say roughly 30% of the time is an estate. So a family member dies, and we get a call from the son or the daughter, whoever it may be, calling us to come in and clear the house out. That's about 30%. Probably 60% is people just downsizing. So they have a house in Florida, they have a house in another country, and they no longer need the house that they're in. So those are the very lucrative jobs. I mean, we had an 18,000 square foot house that we did this year, and literally every inch of the house needed to be cleared out. And very, very expensive, nice imported furniture, and those are the very nice jobs that we get.
What about, Josh, for someone who's in a situation where, as you said, maybe 30% of them are estate sales and you've lost, say, your mother or your father, and there might be objects of personal value to you in the house, but there's also a lot of stuff that's sort of generic. It's furniture, it's plates, it's pots and pans. How do you differentiate between what has sentimental value and what's just an object that needs to be sold?
So the way we look at things is everything can be sold. We tell the customer and the client to go through the house themselves first before we even get there, because we don't want to be there until they've taken out everything that they want. So whether your grandmother dies or your mother, whoever it is, you want her spoon collection or you want her favorite necklace or whatever you want, we tell you to take that stuff out of the house first. And as long as that's gone, then there's no longer sentimental things, and then we can do our job and sell off the regular things.
Yep, no, that sounds good. And I guess, Josh, my last question will be to you, just because we're running a little bit out of time here. From your perspective, I mean, who would benefit most from this? Because we're only talking about the unfortunate situations of the estates. What kind of person do you want to reach with this service?
So we want to reach anyone who needs to sell their items in a cost-effective manner. A lot of people don't even know that we exist. So people call a junk removal company, and they'll throw out their furniture. Charities don't often pick up furniture, so that's not really an option. So people think there's either charity or junk or a consignment store. and the consignment stores only take the very nice things. So we're a very convenient stop that anyone can go to and sell anything in the house. We've sold food, we've sold clothing, we've literally sold anything that exists in a house.
Yeah, Josh, I think there's a lot of people out there who would really benefit from that service, especially as they know more of it. That's Josh Horowitz. He's the president and founder of Sell My Stuff Canada. Your website, of course, is sellmystuffcanada.com. It's a great service. I hope more people know about it. It's a shame to see good things go to waste, and that's what the junk clearing companies are. This is a great split. Your company makes a buck, and hopefully the person who has the stuff makes a buck. I'm all for win-wins, Josh, and that's what your company offers. Thanks very much for coming on and talking about this. It was a great irony that we were able to talk about this just the day after I was mentioning this with Jim Richards. So thanks very much for coming on.
Thanks a lot, man.
It's Josh Horowitz, president and founder of Sell My Stuff Canada. It's sellmystuffcanada.com. And right now it's 4:45. News Talk 1010, time saver traffic.